Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back if you're a returner, and if you're new here, it's lovely to have you with me. So it's actually a week since we got back from holiday. It's Monday, and we've been home for a week. I think we're taking a bit of a while to get some of the vlogs up from the holiday, so hopefully by the time you watch this we will have them all up, although this might go up before I get the last of the holiday ones up. We'll have to see. But I thought I'd just jump on and start a vlog now we're back home with all the everyday type stuff like it used to be. It was lovely to have a holiday and we loved every minute of it. And it was so good to have that break. And actually when we came home we had a few days of really lovely weather, which was great. But it's gone a bit gloomy and wet again now. But it was nice to come back and see the garden as it is. So let me turn you around and show you the garden as it's looking at the moment. Just need to open the door so you can see it a bit better maybe. So you can see all the daffodils are out along there, and all the camellias are out over there, and the birds are singing. They've been down feeding on the lawn again. So we got a bit of a problem with our lawn, we think. So I don't know if you can see, but we've got a lot of brown patches, and someone said something about something called leather jackets, which is like a little grub that gets in there. But the birds have all been coming down and feeding on it, so I'm hoping if it is that, they might have solved it for us. We'll have to see. But they're all up in our cherry tree, our very sad cherry tree that's dying, that's going to have to come down this year. So there's a few things to happen out here that we can share with you along the way. So I have to sort out some of the pots and things, and then let me take you in and show you where Mike's been very busy. So Mike's been really busy getting all the vegetable stuff, so he's got lots of seedlings going here. So there will be quite a bit in the garden to be sorting out over the next few days, or weeks should I say. Plus we've got a few little house projects again. You know what it's like when we come back from holiday, we get going on some projects like we did last time. Sorry about that. So we have got the utility area in the garage that we want to resort, and then we've got the upstairs bedroom, which I think we're going to have to get some people in to help us with that. So quite a bit going on, but the first thing I've got to do today is I've got to head up to the doctor's, and I've got to have the stitches out of my knee. So we'll see how that goes, and then I'll pick you up at some other point. It'll either be today or tomorrow. But let's just see what this week brings now we're back home. But it's lovely to hear the birds in the garden, isn't it? Right, off to the doctor's, and I'll catch up with you later. So I did think I'd pop on. We just got back from the doctor's, and the nurse was lovely. She got all 5 of the stitches out. One of them was a little buried in the scab, but it was okay. It's not hurt at all. So it's good to know they're out. I just need to let it all heal up now. And so while we were there, we just popped into Lidl to pick up some bits, because we did a shop when we got home last week, and we're sort of trying to get through to the end of the week. But we popped in, and they've had their Italian week, which I hadn't realised, which is great. So I thought I'd just share with you a couple of bits I got for that, and then a couple of other things. So when they do their Italian week, they have their amaretti biscuits. And if you watched at Christmas with my recipes at Christmas, you'll know that I make an amaretti Rocky Road. So they don't have these in very often, so whenever they're in I get them. They may even sit in the cupboard until Christmas, although I do quite like them with a cup of coffee as well. So that's their amaretti Italian style biscuits. And then the other thing they have is their big pack of sponge fingers. And I use those for tiramisu or trifles. So both of those are just to go into the store cupboard, mainly for making probably some summer puddings, and then, as I say, some might last through till next Christmas, but I doubt it. So we had that, and then just some more bits. Mike wanted some more wheat bisques. I love these. These are the lentil curls. I do still like to snack in the evenings. I try not to, but one little bag of these is fine. I can't remember how many calories it was in a bag. It does. Let's see if I can find it. Per bag, it just has 93 calories in a bag. So that's a handy little snack in the evening for me. And then got our favourite bread. This is the low GI bread. Which I really like. Love the flavour of it. So I've got another one of those. So that's that. And then we got some pastries to have with our coffee in a little while. So Mike's got a salted caramel bun, I think that is. And I got myself an almond croissant. I love almond croissants. So I'll have those with coffee in a little bit. I think other than that, it was just all sort of basics, orange juice. We got a couple of tins of their tin soup just for lunchtime, because I haven't got around to making soups yet, and I will do in the next week or so. But just for the moment, we got their carrot and coriander and their tomato and basil. So we'll have those. They're there for a lunch to have with that lovely bread. And then I just think it was bits and pieces. I need to get some celery because I want to make another casserole tonight, and I forgot to get celery last week when we came back. Because you come back from holiday and I've cleared out, so I have to, whereas I'm someone that always keeps that stock of bits and pieces, you know, and different veg and what have you, I needed to stock up. And I remember to get you most of the stuff like the peppers and the carrots, because I forgot to get celery, and I quite often use that to add flavour. And there's just some eggs and some orange juice, I think. So just going to put this lot away, and then we'll have some coffee. And then we need to get onto a few things. As I say, we want to sort this garage out. So I might take you out there and show you that later today, and we're going to start trying to clear that out. The weather has turned out, it's gone really, really foggy. I mean, it's getting thicker and thicker. So I don't think it's going to be out in the garden today, but we might try and get on with that garage. Anyway, I'm going to put this lot away, and we'll have some coffee, and I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so we've come out. As you can see how misty it is. In fact, it's even started raining now, so it's not very nice at all. But we are going to have a start on this garage. So this is what we're dealing with. I'm sure others of you have similar problems. When did garages ever have cars in them anymore? So we have got a load of junk here. A lot of this is the cardboard boxes from all that work we did on the bedrooms. There's a load of stuff we kept for my daughter and son-in-law in case they set up home here, but then they went back. And then, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Plus, if I can show you you can see at the far end, that is actually my utility area. And we have a freezer that we don't use anymore, a freezer we do use, a fridge freezer we partly use. I mean, honestly, there is so much stuff here, and it's time to sort it out. So the idea is that we're going to clear it, and then Mike is hoping to build a partition between the garage end and the utility end, and then we're going to fit out the utility area properly. That's the plan. I guess during the vlogs over the next few weeks, maybe months, we'll sort this out. So Mike, come on, tell us the plan.
The plan? It's all planned and in my head and on my laptop.
Right.
It's a big project, but we're not in any rush to get it done.
No, that's right.
So it's something that we'll do over the spring and probably into the early summer.
Yeah.
And we will record all the ins and outs of it, and the successes and the failures and all the rest for your enjoyment.
So and
maybe education.
Yeah, well, probably what not to do is probably what we're going to end up teaching you. No, Mike's carpentry skills are very,
and I'm sure it's going to work.
Yeah, and Mike's carpentry skills are absolutely brilliant. But the first thing we're going to do is all this cardboard. So we're just going to get all this put into the back of the car and get it down to the recycling. So that's today's first job. Whether we'll get any further than that today, I don't know. But let's get on with this, shall we? Right, so that's the cardboard cleared out. That's the back of the car, and we're going to head off to the Tesco's recycle centre and get rid of that lot. So we're really fortunate to have this big recycling area down by Tesco's, so it might just begin to get the card out. I guess I'd better give him a hand and get rid of it all, but fortunately sometimes it's really full, but it looks fine at the moment. So let's get all rid of this, and then we can go home, probably have some lunch, and then maybe have another look at what else we can do today. Right, so looks like we've cleared through most of this end, and all that out there has got to go to the tip. So we have to book the tip here. I don't know what it's like where you live, but we have to book an appointment to go and dump stuff. So I think Mike's just going to shift it all back into the end of the garage here, so that once we've got an appointment we can just pop it in the back get it all in the back of the car and take it down. But that's certainly cleared out quite a bit. I've got some load of exercise stuff down there, which I don't know if I'll use that in future, probably not, but I might find someone that wants it. I've got like a mini trampoline and a step, and I used to have a little sort of mini gym that I used to use, but not for years. So that's, but it all looks, it's okay. But yeah, so that's about all that's down there. And as I say, we've got these, and then what we've got to do is we've got to get rid of all these fridges and freezers which have accumulated with my dad living with us, and then refitting the kitchen, and so we've got to work out how to do that. And then once we've done this end, then we can start sorting out down this end, and that'll be another load to go to the tip probably. One of the things we did was we kept a lot of stuff in case my daughter and her husband set up home here, so a lot of it is that's going. But yeah, but I think that's enough for today, and that's quite a good job done in terms of how it looked this morning. I'm going to pick up on that again later in the week, so I am going to go and put my feet up now. Oh well, we got all that stuff, and then we spent this afternoon here. It's been such a dull and gloomy day. So I thought we'd have something a bit warming for dinner tonight. So I'm just throwing together another pinch of nom recipes. So if you were following me before we went on holiday, you know I did quite a few pinch of nom recipes. And I still had some of those low-fat sausages left. So I'm just going to make a sausage casserole. So let me just turn you around and show you what I'm doing as I get this on for tonight's dinner. Okay, so I've just browned off 4 of the sausages. I'm just doing enough for tonight. It's just the meal for 2 of us. So I've browned off 4 of those sausages in the pan. And now over here I've got some chopped celery, some chopped pepper, some chopped carrots and some onions. So I'm going to pop those in there and brown those off and soften those. And then I need to add to that some tomato puree and some bay and thyme. I'll put in some chicken stock. And then I'm going to add into that some green lentils to bulk that out, makes it a nice hearty casserole, and a bit of balsamic, and that should give us a lovely casserole for tonight. I'll probably put on a bit of garlic bread in the air fryer as well. So I'll get this finished off, and then I'll show you once it's all done. It'll take about half an hour, 40 minutes, I should think. But it should be nice and warming for this evening. So there we go. There we go, sausage and lentil casserole with some garlic bread, and we had wine with dinner yesterday. We've got a bit left, so a glass of red wine each. Oh, I think we deserve that after our busy day. That's great. Looking forward to this. So let's take this through and have this for this evening's dinner. I'll catch up with you again soon. Okay, so it's the next morning. We've done all that clearing out that we wanted to do. So let me just show you how it's looking now. And we've got everything in the back of the car. So we've managed to get a tip appointment this morning. So we booked in. So we're going to head down there and get rid of all the stuff. So let me just show you what we have got. It's amazing, isn't it, what you collect? So that's that end of the garage now, much clearer, which is great. If I just take you out down the sideway. And we've now put all this, well, Mike actually has loaded up the car this morning. So the back of the car is packed solid. So we're going to get rid of all this down at the tip. And then while we're down there, that's really close to Otter's Garden Centre, which we love. We've taken you there before. We're going to go there and have a coffee and pick up some garden stuff. So if there's anything worth showing you while we're there, I'll let you see that as well. But first job is to get rid of all this down at the tip. So we got all that, got rid of all that quite quickly, and so we've come down now to the garden centre. You may recognise this garden centre if you were following us at Christmas when we did the tour of some of the garden centres. This was one of the first ones we did, and it's always lovely at Christmas. But they'll all be ready now for spring. So we're going to see what we've got. Mike wants some soil, and I'm going to have a look at a few plants. But I'll give you a little bit of a look round as we go round. They always have this sort of feature part as you come in. Look at this, isn't that lovely? A deck with the arbour over it. The artificial wisteria, but that would look lovely with real wisteria, wouldn't it? And it's lovely. You'll find me in the garden. Lovely ideas. Mike's got the trolleys. We're going to head in and get what we need. And then we'll probably grab a coffee here as well. You can see it's quite substantial. Let's see what we can find. Oh, while we're here, let's just show you these. Aren't these lovely? This is for Mother's Day. And these lovely little dispensers, and so this is, how much is that? That's $1.99 for a little tea bag stand. Lovely bits there for Mother's Day. So Mike's getting his onion sets, I think. Which ones?
One of them.
And I might be looking.
That's a new one.
Oh, pink panther.
They're French pink onions. Oh, they're French.
Are they $2.99?
Golden gourmet.
We always grow our own onions. We get through so many, so it's worth growing them.
Centurion, that's a good old favourite. Lovely, there's too many in a pack.
So when I retired from being a governor, the governors gave me a lovely gift, and they gave me a lovely climbing rose called Schoolgirl. I can't remember whether I've shown it to you or not. I might have done. But it is a climbing rose, and I haven't really got anywhere in the garden to put it to climb, and I thought it'd be really nice if we could have it on our deck area or around our deck area, climbing up an obelisk. So I've been looking for a big pot and an obelisk. So I'm thinking at the moment, we probably won't do it today. I need to go back and have another look at what I've got. But let me just show you what I've found. So this pot down here is about the right size. So it is plastic, but it looks like, I don't know if you can see the detail, it's actually really nice. It's sort of greys with little flecks in it. So I'm thinking that might do as the pot. They have loads of pots here, lots of different ones, but I quite like that one. And then we want to put an obelisk on it, and somewhere around here, let me take you round, see how much they do. And they've got all these lovely artificial flowers, all these baskets. And they have the box balls and things. Quite a lot of artificial stuff as well. But somewhere around here, oh yeah, it's around here. This is where they've got all the iron things. And I found an obelisk down here which I quite like, because it's, rather than being black, it's sort of silvery coloured, or chrome, I don't know what you say. But that one there, I think, put that into a pot, and then I should be able to train the rose up, because it's got all these spirally bits. So I'm thinking that I might do it. It won't be cheap, but obviously once you've got it, it's there. So, but we'll carry on looking. I'm going to make a definite decision. There's so many different ones. You've got green ones as well, but some of them haven't got much for tying in, and since it's a rambling rose, I want plenty for tying in. So I think this one with all its bits will work quite well. Anyway, we'll carry on looking, and I'll let you know when we've made a decision. Right, so we've come into the coffee shop. It's lovely here. It's really nicely decorated. It's sort of like a big conservatory area. And we've both treated ourselves this morning. So Mike's got his flat white. And what's the cake?
Dorset apple cake.
So Dorset apple cake there. And then I've got my oat milk latte. And I've got a coffee and caramel. So we're going to enjoy this. And then I guess we'll head home for the rest of the day. Good, looking forward to this. So I just thought I'd pop on and give you a quick update on where we've got to with this garage and utility room. So let me just turn you around and I'll show you what we've managed to get done today. And Mike's been a lot busier than me. Unfortunately, my hip and knee are playing up a bit at the moment, so I'm just having to do a little bit and then rest a little bit more. But anyway, let me just show you where we've got to. So, as you can see, we've cleared this end now. There's a few more bits down there we've cleared out, which we'll need to take for another trip to the tips. We're going to try and do that in the next couple of days. And the big thing now is that, I think I mentioned before, I can't remember if I did or not. So we have this big American fridge freezer, which came out of our kitchen, and we redid the kitchen years ago. And we kept it because when my daughter and son-in-law were staying here, obviously we had 2 families of food and we need all the extra space. We don't need that anymore, and it's quite expensive to run. So we want to get rid of that. And then we have another upright freezer here, which was my dad's, which as you can see is falling apart. and also is very inefficient. It ices up all the time. So we want to get rid of both of those. And we've ordered a new under-counter fridge, which Mike will put in when he builds. He's going to build along over this area here. And there'll be an under-counter fridge to go there. And then a replacement upright fridge, an upright freezer. One of the reasons for having it is that we produce quite a lot of fruit and vegetables from the garden, so we need something to freeze them. And for the moment, we still have, this is our old freezer, which we haven't used for years. I might put it on yesterday. It's working fine. It's not going to be very efficient. We don't want to keep it indefinitely. But what we've done is been able to move any of the frozen stuff into that freezer for the moment, because when AO, who we've ordered the fridge and the freezer from, come, they are going to take away this big American fridge freezer and this. So just a bit of a tip for you. We've ordered from AO. Let me just turn you back around so I can chat to you. So we've ordered from AO, and we actually took out their membership because it's only it's $39.99 a year. And actually we saved £40 on the freezer straight away, a membership price. So that was worth doing, but it also gave us free delivery and free takeaway. And a reduced price on the fridge as well. So there's a tip for you. If you're buying things from AO and you want stuff taken away, you want free delivery, it's probably worth taking out the membership for a year. And if we buy anything else in the coming year, then we'll have that as well. So that was a bit of that was good. So we've done that. And then the other thing we've done, let me turn you around again, is that we've cleared out at the utility end. So I've got rid of everything on the top here, more or less. There's some bits defrosting to throw out. Because what Mike wants to do is he wants to take off that worktop to build in a more substantial housing for it, and shelving and all sorts of things he's going to put in here for me. And the plan is, let me just step back a bit so you can see a bit more in here. So the plan is to actually put a ceiling into here so that it's more contained. And he's going to do some rendering, I think, on the walls and try and make it a bit more insulated for me, and into a proper utility room. And then down here, across where this beam is up here, he's going to put a partition with a door through. So this will be a contained utility room, and that will be a storage area. So that's the plan. That's where we've got to at the moment. And so I guess the next thing is Mike's going to start taking stuff out. And as a result, let me just show you my kitchen. As a result, I've lost one of my worktops in the kitchen because this is all stuff that will need to go back out there. But it's fine. I mean, when you do these things, you just have to live with it, don't you? So, but we've done quite well. Mike's done really well this morning, getting a lot cleared out. So hopefully, as we press on, we'll be able to show you a bit more. But I think it's probably down to Mike now to get going on pulling out and building, yeah? So anyway, we'll let you see that. But I just thought I'd let you see where we got to today. Right, it's lunchtime. We're going to have some lunch. Catch you later. Right, so welcome back to the project. Sorry, not been on for over a day. I've had some real problems with my knee and my hip. So I've not been as mobile as I'd like to be. So I've not been able to help Mike as much as I'd like to either. But he's been well underway in here. So I'm just going to show you where we've got to. And then we'll probably bring this to an end here for this week. And then we'll pick up again next week when Mike starts to get, once we've got the freezers gone and Mike can get on with the work in here. But let me just show you where we've got to. So let me turn you around. So you may remember this is where that worktop went across. So Mike's taken that worktop out. And the intention is that we'll build put in a whole new sort of run of worktop and cupboards with the washing machine, tumble dryer, the new fridge underneath it. So this is the fridge freezer that's going on Tuesday. That one's been defrosted. This is the other one, which is nearly defrosted now. So they're ready to be taken by AO. And the big difference is that this end has now been completely cleared out, as you can see. Which has included my having to get rid of quite a bit of wood and stuff that you had in here. You stored some of it in. We have two garages. So we have a garden garage and we have a front garage. So the garden garage has all our stuff from for the garden in it, but he's moved some of the wood up there. There we go. Let me just show you. There's a big pot of ice that came out of that freezer. That's why that freezer's going. It's absolutely useless. It just freezes up all the time. And then I think Mike has loaded up the car out here because we just booked another tip run. So we probably can't get it open because he's got the keys. But can you open the back of the car for me, please, so I can just show them what's going on, what else has come out of there. I cannot believe how much stuff could have been in one garage. It's unbelievable, isn't it? So that lot is all going now. So that was the cupboard off the wall, and loads of other stuff that was lying around. So I think that's us done. We'll go and drop this lot this afternoon. That's it for this week, and then it will be on from there. So anything you want to share with us, Mike, about this little project?
We shall wait and see. It will unravel a day at a time. The wood's coming on Monday.
Right.
So we can actually begin construction.
So I think we're going to sign off. I'm going to sign off here for this week, and say goodbye for this week. It's not been that exciting, but if you're interested in what we're doing with this utility, then you may find it interesting. I'm sorry I've not been able to get out and about very much this week for this week's vlog because of my knee and my hip, but my knee is feeling a little bit better this afternoon, so hopefully it might settle down. I think I've just jarred it or something, I'm not really sure. But anyway, so hope you've enjoyed this week's little bits we've been able to share, and I'll see you again soon. And don't forget, if you are following with us, do please subscribe. I'd love your comments. I had some nice comments this week on some of my previous videos, which have been lovely to share, to read, and to just hear what you're enjoying and who's watching. So thank you for those. So I'd love it if you can subscribe, if you can comment, if you can like. All helps us get the channel out, and more people can see what we're up to. Anyway, I'll sign off for now, and we'll catch up with you again next week with further developments with the utility area. Bye.